Thank you, Sammy, for the introduction, and Vicky for presenting an overview of the UN and Red Cross's objectives. I want to begin by outlining why emergency aid programs need to especially consider women's needs. For a start, women are impacted by natural disasters differently to men. Even before natural disasters, women live at a deficit, as 70% of the world's poor are women. Unfortunately, they are less likely to reap the benefits of emergency recovery and rebuild programs, or to be decision makers. This continues their vulnerability and underpreparedness in the future, as well as increasing the likelihood of programs to be developed that do not meet their needs. Now, to discuss the case of Haiti. Following the earthquake, there were many positive impacts of the UN Red Cross and other donor aid programs, and we are extremely grateful for this support. Millions of Haitians received food assistance, safe water, medical and housing in temporary settlements. There were cash for work programs to help people to pay for food and supplies. Disappointingly though, only 35% of participants in this program were women, despite our population being made up of 52% women. Unfortunately, there were some other areas where the aid programs were also not effective in meeting women's specific needs, which I do want to highlight today. An initial UN meeting to discuss Haiti's rebuild did not include women's groups, and further, gender issues were not properly addressed in the post-disaster needs assessment, indicating a lack of strategic consideration of women's needs. Despite the donors' goals of ownership, local partnerships and knowledge were also not prioritised in international donors' plans. Despite the donors' goals of protection, rape and gendered violence has also been prevalent in the donors' temporary settlement camps, and UN peacekeepers have even been perpetrators of this violence. We are happy that the UN is teaching national police about working with survivors and are holding self-defence clinics in the camps. But there was insufficient protection for women, inadequate lighting, crowding and lack of accessible legal aid and justice. We hope that the UN and Red Cross will address these and other issues in future responses to ensure that their aid programs are effective in meeting women's and everyone's needs. Thank you very much.